Doctrine and Covenants 14, 15, and 16 are three revelations given to three Whitmer brothers shortly after Joseph Smith and Oliver Cowdery had moved into their home in Fayette, New York, to finish the Book of Mormon translation. Here's the backstory. When Joseph Smith and Oliver Cowdery began to translate the Book of Mormon in early April 1829 at Harmony, Pennsylvania, they did so in relative peace and safety. A month or so later, however, Joseph reported that there was a spirit of persecution which had already manifested itself in the neighborhood. We had been threatened with being mobbed from time to time, and this too by professors of religion. And their intentions of mobbing us, he continues, were only counteracted by the influence of my wife's father's family, under divine providence, who had become very friendly to me and were willing that I should be allowed to continue the work of translation without interruption. In the latter part of May, however, Joseph was prompted by the Lord to leave the increasingly threatening town of Harmony and to finish the translation elsewhere. Specifically, according to Joseph's mother, as he was attempting to translate by looking into the Urim and Thummim one morning, instead of the words of the book being given him, he was commanded to write a letter to one David Whitmer and was instructed to request that he come with his team immediately in order to convey Joseph and Oliver Cowdery back to his house, which was 135 miles away, that they might remain with him there until the translation should be completed. This was to be done, she continues, because an evil designing people were seeking to take away Joseph's life in order to prevent the work of God from going forth among the world. Accordingly, Oliver Cowdery wrote this request to David Whitmer, an interested friend of his with whom he had been corresponding the last month or so, to give him updates on the progress of the translation. Eager to help, and after getting his father Peter Whitmer Sr.'s approval, David journeyed down to Harmony, arriving at the beginning of June with a 2-horse wagon, ready to take them up to his father's home in Fayette, New York, to finish the translation. David told them that his parents would feed and house them free of charge, that his family would assist them in any other way they needed, and also that there were people in the Fayette area genuinely interested to learn more about this work. Joseph recorded, having much need of such timely aid in an undertaking so arduous, and being informed that the people of the neighborhood were anxiously awaiting the opportunity to inquire into these things, we accepted the invitation and accompanied Mr. Whitmer to his father's house. Upon our arrival, Joseph continued, we found Mr. Whitmer's family very anxious concerning the work and very friendly toward ourselves. He said that David's brother John Whitmer in particular assisted us very much in writing as scribe during the remainder of the work of translation. Over time, he said, David, John, and Peter Whitmer Jr. became our zealous friends and assistants in the work. At the time, David was 24 years old, John 26, and Peter 19. Joseph continues, and being anxious to know their respective duties, and having desired with much earnestness that I should inquire of the Lord concerning them, I did so through the means of the Urim and Thummim, and obtained for them in succession the following revelations. So that's the backstory.